Hello everyone. Okay, so in the final video of simultaneous equations, we're going to look at solving problems with simultaneous equations, i.e. word problems, right? So remember, when it comes to word problems, always think of these key words. So when you see words like add, total, sum, increase, more, combine, together, plus, more than, you think of addition. When you see words like minus, less, difference, fewer, decrease, reduce, you think of minusing, and a multiplied, times of, and product. Now, we wouldn't really have to worry about the last two per se, but it's always to keep in mind and know and be flexible with this vocabulary. So what's the problem with word problems? We are not given our equations. We need to be able to decipher two equations from this sentence, right? So let's look at one here. 5 elves. Oh, 5 elves? Elves, oh my god. 5 adult tickets and 3 child tickets for a movie costs €58. 2 adult tickets and 8 child tickets for a movie costs €47. Find the cost of each type of ticket. Well, we need to decipher 3 equations. So, how many unknowns do I have here? Well, I have 2 unknowns. I don't know the price of an adult ticket, and I don't know the price of a child ticket. So, I'm going to create 2 new variables. So, I'm going to say A is equal to the price of an adult. And I'm going to say C is the price of a child ticket. Right? Ticket. So, let's read through it now. 5 adult tickets and 3 child tickets for a movie cost €58. Well, so 5 adult tickets plus 3 child tickets cost €58. 2 adult tickets plus 8 child tickets cost €47. There we go. I've now deciphered my 2 pieces of information, and now I created a simultaneous equation. So let's get cracking. So 5a plus 3c equals 58, 2a plus 8c equals 47. So this doesn't necessarily have the x and y, but we can still solve them simultaneously. So I'm looking here, I'm looking at my a's, yeah? I'm looking at the a's here. They have nothing. I'm just going to cancel out my a's. So I need to make sure they have the same coefficient in front but opposite signs. So we're going to multiply by the lowest common. We're going to find the lowest common multiple, which is 10. So I'm just going to multiply my top one by -2. I'm going to multiply my bottom line by 5. So my top equation is going to be 10 minus 10a minus 6c equals 58 times -2, which is a number that is equal to, I'll tell you right now, it is -116. Right? Next one. 2a times 5 is 10a. 8c times 5 is 40c. And 47 times 5 is equal to 235. Now let's add the 2 equations. Minus 10a plus 10a is 0. Minus 6c plus 40c is plus 34c. Then 235 minus 116 is equal to 119. Right? Divide both sides by 34. I'm going to get a child ticket is going to equal to €3.5. So 119 divided by 34 is €3.5. Right? So €3.50. So that's what the child ticket is. Let's sub it in and find a corresponding let's find the corresponding adult value. So I'm just going to sub it into equation 1, because why not? 5a plus 3 times c, which is 350, equals 58. 5a plus, so 350 times 3 is 1050 equals 58. 5a is equal to 47.50 when subtracted over. Divide by 5. I get an adult ticket is equal to 9.50. Right, so an adult ticket is equal to 9.50 when 47.50 divided by 5 is 9.50. And that makes sense. An adult ticket would cost more than a child ticket. Right, let's look at another example. 4 chairs and 2 tables cost €218. 6 chairs and 7 tables cost €587. This is the key part here. Find the total cost of buying 20 chairs and 5 tables. Right? So let's create. I don't know how much a table is and I don't know how much a chair is. So I'm going to say C is the price of a chair. And T is going to be equal to the price of a table. Right, so we define my two variables, so let's make my two equations. So I know 4 chairs plus 2 tables is €218. And I know 6 chairs plus 7 tables equals 587. So I need to cancel out one of these variables. I'm just going to cancel out C. And so what's the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6? Well, that is 12. So I need to make sure that both 12 will have opposite signs. So I'm just going to multiply my top equation by -3. I'm going to multiply my bottom equation by 2 because 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times -3 is -12. So remember, you multiply everything. Minus 12c minus 6t equals 218 times -3 is minus 654. And then 12c plus 14t equals 1174. So add these up. That's going to go to 0. Minus 6t plus 14t is going to be 8t is equal to 520. And then divide both sides by 8, I should say. I get t is going to be equal to €65. So a table costs €65. That makes sense. Kinda. Right? I'm going to sub it into one of my equations. I'm just going to sub it into equation 1. So 4c plus 2 times 65 equals 218. So 2 times 65 is 130. 4c equals 218 minus 130. 4c is equal to 88. Divide both sides by 4. I get c is equal to €22. So the cost of a chair is €22. Right, let's look at another example here. An electrician charges a price for each hour. So he charges €8 each hour and a fixed charge C. So this is where to be careful. What's a fixed charge, right? A fixed charge is just a charge that you have to pay and it does not change, right? So if you call up a plumber or electrician, it's like, hey, like my toilet's clogged, can you come over and fix it? They were like, grand, like visiting fee or my fixed fee is €50 and then it's a tenner for every hour I'm there. So a 5-hour job lasts costs €155. So 5h plus then my cost, fixed cost, is 155. That's my first equation. My second equation, an 8-hour job, right? So that'd be 8 hours of work plus my fixed cost is equal to €230. So I'm going to multiply the top by -1. Minus 5h minus c equals minus 155. 8h plus c equals 230. Add them up. 3h is going to equal to 230 minus 155. 75. H is going to equal to 25. So he's charging €25 per hour And then what's his fixed cost? His fixed cost is going to be, so I'm going to sub into equation 1. 5 times 25 plus C is equal to 155. So that's going to be 125 plus C is equal to 155. So his fixed cost is going to be 155 minus 125, which is 30 euros. So his fixed cost is 30. Now finally, what's asking me for here at the end, how much would a job that how much would a job that lasts 2 hours cost? So 2 hour job would be 2h and then plus my fixed charge. I know h is equal to 25, and I know my fixed cost is 30, so it's going to be 50 plus 30. So total is going to be 80 euro for the 2 hour job. Right. Another one here. So this time we're kind of working with quantities and money. So Batty buys 200 pieces of stationery for 76 euro. Of the 200 pieces of stationery, X of them are rulers that cost 50p, and Y of them are pens that cost 20p each. Find how many rulers Barry buys and how many pens he buys. So X equals the number of rulers, and Y equals the number of pens. Y equals the number of rulers and the number of pens. So I know he buys 200 pieces of stationery. Therefore, the number of rulers he has and the number of pens he has is equal to 200. But we also know he's spent 76 euro. So we know 50p, of which 50p for each piece of rulers for 50p. So I'm going to change this to euros, whatever. Now, in fairness, 76 euro, 50p, forgive me, whatever, just deal with it, this makes sense, right? So 0.5x plus 0.2y is going to equal to 76 euro. I'm going to multiply my top line here by minus 0.5. I'm going to cancel out my x. So I'm going to have minus 0.5x minus 0.5y equals 200 times minus 0.5 is going to give me minus 100. And the bottom line, I have 0.5x plus 0.2y equals 76. That's going to be 0 minus 0.3y is equal to minus 24. Divide both sides by minus 0.3. So 24 divided by 0.3. That's going to give me y is equal to 80. So he got 80 pens. Right, he got 80 pens. Sub it in to find how many rulers he got. God, he got a lot of rulers, didn't he? X plus y equals 200. X plus 80 equals 200. X is going to equal to 120. So he got 120 pens. Right, so y is equal to 80. X is equal to 120. So the last question is involving a parallelogram. So I'm asking this question to work out the perimeter of the parallelogram, but I don't know what x is and I don't know what y is. But what I do know is opposite sides in a parallelogram are equal. So let's see if we could do something with that. So I have 3y plus 78 is equal to 8x plus 3. Letters to the left, numbers to the right. So I'm going to have minus 8x plus 3y equals minus 75. There's my first equation. Right, now let's look at the other side. 2x minus 4, 13 minus y. I'm going to have 2x minus 4 equals 13 minus y. Letters to the left, numbers to the right. 2x plus y is going to be equal to 17. There's my second equation. So put them underneath each other. Now let's look at which one to cancel. What I notice here is the x's already have opposite signs, so I just need to make sure they have the same coefficient in front of them. Well, in this case, I have minus 8 and 2. The lowest common multiple of 8 and 2 is 8. So I just need to multiply my bottom one by 4. So minus 8x plus 3y equals minus 75. 8x plus 4y equals 17 times 4, 68. So add these up. I'm going to get 7y is equal to minus 75 plus 68. It's going to be equal to minus 7. Therefore, y is going to equal to minus 1. There you go. I found out what y is. Now I just need to sub it into one of my original equations, 1 or 2. I'm just going to sub it into like equation 2. So 2x plus minus 1 equals 17. 2x is going to be equal to 17 plus 1. 2x is equal to 18. X then is going to equal to 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So now I found out what x and y were. But the question is asking me, work out the perimeter. So I'm working out the perimeter of this shape. So my top line is going to be 3 times minus 1 plus 78. Then here is going to be 13 minus 1. Here's going to be 8 times 9 plus 3. And here's going to be 2 times 9 minus 4. So the top of my parallelogram is going to be equal to 75. And this is going to be 75. And then this one here is going to be 14. 14. I now just need to add all of these numbers up to find the perimeter. So the perimeter is equal to 14 plus 14 plus 75 plus 75, which is equal to 178 centimeters. And that is my final answer. Right, and I hope this video was some help to you guys. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.